The decision in Roe versus Wade prompted a decades-long, spirited and sometimes fringed national debates mainly over three issues. First, the legality of terminating pregnancies. Second, the role of the Supreme Court in constitutional adjudication. Third, the role of religious views in political sphere. Thus, Roe versus Wade became one of the most politically significant Supreme Court decisions in history, and held profound moral and legal implications as well. The decision consequently reshaped national politics, divided the nation, and inspired grassroots activism. Did anyone watch the Senate confirmation hearing of Judge Ritter? Okay, many of you did. Good. At one point, the whole procedure turned quite confrontational. Do you remember? Even Rachel's wife fled the hearing room in tears. What was the bone of contest contention? Content. Democratic senators were criticizing him for giving incomplete and inconsistent answers to the whole time. Yeah, he certainly sounded evasive sometimes. Democratic senators got excited over his comment. What did he say? Something like, "I would be willing to reverse or revisit the ruling." I think I mean beside his hedging questions. He didn't really answer the willing or will he or won't he question about the decision on Roe versus Wade. Yes, that's more like it. But that's not all. He was accused of being a sexist too. You remember? He's a member of an alumni, alumnus group that wanted to restrict enrollment of women and minorities. Enrollment. Enrollment of women and minorities. Well, there's a definite connection between these two issues, isn't there, Laura? Here, I think the main source of contention was his comment to the effect that he might be willing to revisit the decision that legalized abortion nationwide. What this means is he left the door open to reversing the decision. As witnessed in the Cerritos case, the question of adherence to the decision has since been the liberals' so-called litmus test for Supreme Court nominees in the Senate confirmation hearings. Speaking generally, opposition to Roe comes from those who view the court's decision as illegitimate for straying too far from the Constitution, and those who conceive of the fetus as an entire person. Support for Roe comes from those who perceive the decision as necessary to pursue women's rights and personal freedom, and those who believe in the primary primacy of individual over collective right. Let's turn the clock back and take a look at the debate's background history. Well, we tend to get easy bogged get easily bogged down by current affairs only and were unable to see the whole picture. I think it's very illuminating to see how abortion was regarded before it became a highly political issue. So here we go. Since before the time of the American Revolution, the legal status of abortion has indeed gone through various changes. Under colonial and early American law, abortion was legal, provided that it was carried out before movement of the fetus could be felt, which is, well, generally about midway through a pregnancy. In the 1830s, abortion was widespread as a method of birth control. If you check newspapers and magazines from this era, you will find that they routinely and matter-of-factly carried advertisement of abortionists, and women freely discussed the topic with their doctors. By the 1860s, doctors estimated that women had abortions at the rate of one for every four live births. In the 1860s, however, the newly created American Medical Association began, for professional ethical and hygienic reasons, a campaign to outlaw abortion except when deemed necessary by doctors themselves. Then a wave of legislative reform followed. Then these new laws sent abortionists underground, but substantial numbers of substantial numbers of women continued to have abortions throughout the 19th century and into the 20s. In the 1950s, the movement to repeal state law banning abortion was began. In the context of concern over the post-war population explosion, vehemently opposed vehemently opposed to such a liberalization were groups like the Roman Catholic Church and various fundamental and evangelical Protestants. In this state of constant face-off in 1973, a case was filed by Norma McGuffey. She sued the state of Texas for denying her the right to an abortion. Jane Roe, a standard alias for an anonymous plaintiff, was used to protect her identity. The Supreme Court ruled the case of Roe vs. Wade in her favor, and all states were directed to lift their bans on abortions. Though many resisted actually doing so, when the case reached the Supreme Court, few people expected the judiciary to overturn the Texas law. That was because the court had become increasingly conservative with the appointments by President Nixon. Roe vs. Wade, important in itself, also raised the issue concerning the degree to which the federal government could judge or the federal government could legislate the most private and fundamental issues of life and death, including the question of when life begins. This is a question that has proved to be political dynamite, as we all know very well by now, and that is and will be debated by scientists, moralists, and theologians for many years to come. That's about the only thing agreed upon about the whole thing.